Hi. Hello. Very cute and aesthetic. Hello and good morning. We're gonna get ready. I didn't know what to film this week for YouTube, so I just decided I would set up my camera, start getting ready, and just see what comes of it. Delish. We have a friend. This is Bert. This is Bert. Don't know where he came from. Didn't invite him. But he's here. He's huge. He's huge. Also, yes, that is coffee I spilled on my sweatshirt. Thank you so much for noticing. What can I say? I spilled it on myself. And what can I say? What can I say? What can I say? What can I... Okay. Okay. I just didn't know what to film. I didn't know what to talk about. I didn't know what to... Oh, hi. Focus? Focus? Bubble boy? I don't know what to film, and I just like wanted to chit chat. I was in a chatty mood, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna chit chat, we're gonna talk, we're gonna get ready. We are just going to, this is just gonna be like if you were to FaceTime your friend and get ready at the same time. Those are the vibes I want to go for right now. I'm gonna use this Road glazing milk. Are you guys surprised? I like never use this product. That's a joke because I always use this product. I've seen like literally everywhere, everyone's doing those like YouTube intros with like the cute little animations, and it's like them and it's like curated to their like niche, and they're so freaking cute. But I thought about making one because I can like draw kind of, and I know how to, I have Procreate, so I know how to make like a little animation, but I'm like, I don't know. I just don't know if it's like everyone's doing it, so it's like, okay, I don't need to do it. Also, I don't even know art, like I don't even know what like I don't even know if, wow, can you speak words? I don't even know if YouTube intros are cool, if I'm being honest. I don't know how I feel about YouTube intros. I kind of want to spray this on my face. The Yvonne Glow. I don't know. I just felt really intrigued to spray that on my face. I'm gonna use this Refi moisturizer. Guys, I love this moisturizer. I'm such a sucker for anything with cool packaging, and so I bought this like immediately. Anyway, I don't know, what are your guys' thoughts? Should I make a cute little intro? Should I not? I used to have like the craziest intros. I'll insert some here. I used to be so proud of them, and they were really cool for the time, but now they're like not cool. But I used to get so creative and like spend hours trying to think of something cool. When I look back and I'm like, these weren't as cool as I thought they were, but they were cool to me then, so that's all that matters. Oh, this pimple hurts. Oh, hi. Right, is my face getting snatched? Next, I know I didn't really blend her in, so just ignore her for a second. I'm gonna use this Say sunscreen. Boop, boop, boop. And then I'm gonna mix this YSL like highlighter thing in, and I'm gonna put a little under my eyes. Now I'm gonna wash my hands because they're sticky and I don't like it. When you wake up next to her in the middle of the night. This mug is so cute. It's literally a whore. I've been in such a good mood recently. Like, I wake up in a good mood and it feels so good. It feels so freaking good. And it just like, I've become a positive person where like when someone says something like, oh, I don't want to do that, oh, I'm like annoyed or whatever, I'm like the person, that annoying person now that's like, well, what's something positive you could focus on instead? I've become her, and I don't even mean to. And I remember having those people in my life, my mom, when I was not in a good state of mind, and I would get so annoyed. I'd be like, shut up, let me be mad and upset and annoyed and grumpy and negative. But now I'm like, why be negative when you could be positive? Obviously, I still have my moments where I'm like really grumpy. I get really grumpy really easily, and I can be kind of negative still, but most of the time I'm a very huge preacher on the fact that we have very limited time here on this earth, and so we need to make the most of it. And I feel like so many things that I used to be so worried about and so get so worked up about and that affected my mood so much are such little tiny things that it's like, in the grand scheme of things, why be negative about this? Why care about this in a negative light? Because at the end of the day, what does it really matter? You know, we're just like all here on this little floating rock in the middle of the universe, and we're so lucky we got put here. I don't know. I have cleaning checks today and I don't know when they're coming. And so I'm like very hyper aware. And I hope they don't come when I'm filming because that would be really awkward. Okay, I want to do the Road Hailey Bieber hack where you like mix the glazing milk with something on the back of your hand. I don't know. I've just seen like multiple people do it and it just looks really fun. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Halo Glow for it. This already doesn't have like any coverage at all. Oh, I need to do my bronzer drops. Oh my gosh, I am so silly. I'm using the Makeup by Mario liquid bronzer in shade medium. If you hear my cat, just leave him be. He's playing. He's busy. He cannot be interrupted. This is the Dibs Beauty Left Beam Perfector in the shade Love Triangle. I'm gonna take my disgusting dirty refi brush to blend that out. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. Another big thing I've been very passionate about talking about. Wait, what? Another thing I've been very passionate about recently, and I've been talking to like my friends and family about it a lot, is confidence and loving yourself and like supporting yourself. It's so easy to support people around us, like so easy to support your friends and your family, but because you love them so much, right? But we don't like give ourselves the same amount of support, and we don't like treat ourselves like the whole saying that's like treat others how you want to be treated. It's like, well, why are you doing that to yourself? Why aren't you treating yourself how you would like other people to treat you? And why do we talk so negatively about ourselves? Like everything that you say about yourself, you are still a human being hearing these things. So it's like if you were to go up to someone and be like, your hair looks terrible today. It's the same thing if you look in the mirror and say, wow, my hair looks really terrible today. It's the same thing. I understand we have bad hair days, we have bad days, but when you're constantly criticizing yourself, you're still criticizing a human being, you're still criticizing a soul, and it's hearing it, and it's being fed that negativity. It's being fed that negativity and absorbing it, and that is just so bad for you and not good, and it's sad if you really think about it. I'm finally going to this step right here. I don't even know. I'll just use this brush that I always use for this step. I don't think I did enough. I'm like saying words that don't need to be said out loud. Anyway, it's been a very like huge thing on my mind recently because I think I've become so obsessed with myself. My ego, guys, my God complex has become huge. But I think humility is a really important thing. It really is, and that did not sound humble of me at all. But on the other side of that, I think everyone should be obsessed with themselves and everyone should just fall in love with themselves, because at the end of the day, you're with yourself 24/7 for your entirety of time on this earth, and why spend it hating yourself? I used to hate myself. That's another thing. That's what this is crazy. I used to be my #1 hater. I used to hate everything about myself, and it was never really a matter of like looks. Like I obviously like didn't love that aspect of myself. However, it was more so I just hated who I was and my personality and the way my brain thought. And I gotta put some concealer on this bitch. I'm gonna use this Giorgio Armani concealer because it's really full coverage. I'm gonna do it here too. I'm gonna let that sit while I do my bronzer. It took a lot of time and work, and okay, I think this is why this has been like so on my mind recently, and things like this have been so on my mind, is because I recently went back to therapy. I used to go to therapy when I was in high school, like my junior year of high school, and it was like amazing. I did a lot of EMDR on a lot of traumatic experiences. I'm sorry, I just can't say it with a straight face and with a normal voice. I stopped going when I moved to Utah just because I didn't know where to find a therapist, or you know, I just didn't have one. And I recently found dude, oh my gosh, recently found a really great one. And so like this has been like, we've been talking about, you know, my high school experience and who I was when I was depressed and all these things. And so they're like very present in my mind, thinking about this and thinking about how miserable I used to be and how sad I used to be and everything. And I'm like, wait, I really just don't want anyone to experience that, and I'm hyper aware of it. And so when anyone I know, or I think about you guys being in that state of mind, I'm like, wait, what can I do to help? Here's what I went through, here's how I fixed it, let me tell you. And I think I've been extra motivated to talk about that, but I also have this sense of like where's my credibility? Like where's my like, why are they gonna listen to me? Why do they want to hear me talk about this? They're not here to listen to me be their therapist. They're here to listen to me talk about the makeup I'm using. And so, oh my gosh, it's a heart. Oh, it's a heart. I accidentally drew a heart. Why does that make me want to cry when I'm talking about this? No, because I'm gonna cry. I'm talking about self-love and I accidentally draw a heart with my blush. Okay. Oh my gosh. Ah! No. back in. See, it's little things like that where I'm like, I'm talking about how I'm unsure about talking about this and like my credibility and like if anyone wants to listen, and then I have little signs like that I'm like, I know for a fact that was a little sign from God being like, yes, like they do want to hear it. Look it, I'm sending you a sign that like you're doing the right thing. If Binky wasn't playing with his freaking toy so loud, this would be so cool. Anyway, I don't want to blend it out. I second guess myself and second guess the fact that like what I'm saying is something you want to hear, because here's another thing. It used to be like when I was in high school, when I lived in Oregon, it was like no one wanted to hear me speak. No one wanted to listen to me. No one wanted to be my friend. No one wanted to, like, when I spoke, it was like, what are you doing speaking? Shut the hell up. You know what I mean? And you might be like, oh my gosh, what the fuck? Like, no way someone actually said that to you. People did say that to me, and people did make that very clear, and they would say it to me, their actions would say it to me, and they'd make it very clear that like everything I had to say was like, shut up, no one wants to listen to you. I'm not used to this overwhelming amount of love and support because I've never experienced it besides my family. My family has always been supportive and just absolute angels in my life, but I think anyone and everyone can understand that there's a huge difference between the support you get from your loved ones and family and your parent. Well, at least for me, one parent who went above and beyond in what she did for me and how she supported me and loved me and everything. But there is a big difference between that kind of support and love and people who are in your life because they choose to be in your life and they are actively choosing to be supportive and actively trying to make you feel loved, because there's no obligation there, none. And so I've never really felt that until very recently in my life, and a huge part of that is from you guys, and I'm not used to it. And so I'm not used to, like, when I do sit and talk about mental health or confidence or whatever, I'm not used to people like wanting to listen, because people never wanted to listen to me hear speak utter a single word. And so the support I get from doing all of this is so amazing, so like beyond amazing, more than I could ever ask for. I'm gonna sneeze. Am I? Oh, wait. I don't think I am. I'm kind of like jumping off the walls here. This is how my brain always thinks. I always think in like, oh, this, then, oh. And so when I try to speak, if I don't have my thought like collected, this is it. Like, we're talking about 8 different things right now. But you know what? That's kind of the vibe I wanted this video to be, is just to speak whatever came into my mind right away. Anyway, I also don't want to, like, I don't know. I guess, like, too, I've never really talked about the reason I have so much knowledge or the experience I've experienced to know the things I know, because they're hard to talk about, first of all. And second of all, the, like, things that happened in high school were very, like, meticulous, and also my dishwasher's going. There's never peace and quiet in this house. The things that happened to me were very, like, well thought out and very meticulous, like, plotting and scheming on these people's end. And everything that happened was so, like, they were like tiny little things that were meant to absolutely torture me and make my brain run with all sorts of scenarios and all sorts of, well, like, it was like the change in tone when someone said something. It was like like a group of people standing here at school talking about something right in front of me, and it was like a little bit louder than normal, so I know they're speaking to me without directly speaking to me because they want me to hear it. But those aren't things that you can be like, hey, why did you speak so loud? Or the guy that tortured me for 4 years and tried to ruin my life would Snapchat me from his friends' phones constantly, and I knew it was on purpose, and I knew that he was trying to torment me. But when I brought it up, it was like he made me feel like I was crazy. Like, why would I do that? Like, I'm just, you know, I'm just snapping people. I do that to everyone. Calm down. Like, all these gaslighting, manipulating things, when I know deep down in my brain, I know these things are happening to me, but they were so small and they were so meticulous and they weren't your normal bullying actions. And so I knew they were happening to me, but anytime I spoke up, anytime I expressed anything to anyone besides my mom, they were like, what are you talking about? That's like, what do you mean? They didn't get it because they didn't understand it. It was like I was meant to think I was going crazy, and they were so little of actions and like such well thought out plans that it was like it's like they couldn't get in trouble because the things were so small. Does any of this make sense? I actually forgot what I was talking about. Oh, right. I was saying this because that's why it's hard to talk about it online or like share my experiences and explain this to you guys, because it would be like explaining like the tiniest little things. And even I think I still have this fear of like, if I explain it on here, you guys are gonna think I'm crazy and think that these things were not that bad. I can tell you guys, like, there were like definitely some pretty big things that like are obviously awful. Like, there was Instagram accounts made about me. There were comments on my Instagrams. There was someone started a big rumor because I had a teeny bit of a following back in high school because of YouTube. So I had like not a ton, but like more than the average high school student on followers on Instagram. And there was a rumor that went around saying that I bought all my followers, and that was like a whole thing. I got lots of Snapchats of people like literally like videos of people being like, you, and I would just open these and I'd be like, why? Or a lot of like getting flipped off. And I came from this like really small school where like these things, no one cussed, no one flipped anyone off. Like it was all very shocking to me. It was very like I had still been like, I hadn't been exposed to any sort of cussing, flipping off, like being called a bitch, anything like that. Like I had never been exposed to any of this, so it was all very shocking. And there was a group chat made about me, and it was made specifically to talk about me, which why? And my boyfriend at the time kept getting added to that group chat, and he kept having to leave because he's like, this is my girlfriend, why are you adding this to me? And that's the only reason I found out, is he was like, by the way, like I keep getting added to this group chat that's like about you, and it's like named, it was named like Tilly's dad or something, which isn't even creative. But everyone made a big deal about the fact that my dad was like absent in my life, and I was like, guys, this isn't this isn't that like this is like a very easy thing to we're wow, I seriously have a speech impediment, I think. Low-hanging fruit is what I'm trying to say, is like, yeah, I'm aware my dad is a piece of shit. Like, do we think of anything else? Tilly's dad, I mean, come on, creativity. Let's let it run. Tilly's dad. That's a terrible name. Anyway, basically what I'm trying to say is I swear I have credibility, and I swear I know what I'm talking about, and I know what it's like. And also, I don't want to sit here and be like, tell you all the things that happened when I was depressed and how I felt when I was depressed, because first of all, that's so negative, and I hate that. I don't like talking about it because it's so negative, and I can feel that negative energy all over again when I talk about it, and I don't like that, obviously. And I never ever want anyone to think that I am asking for sympathy. I'm being like, oh, poor me, playing the victim. Never. And that's been like my huge, like that's been a huge thing for me when I was going through it. And that's why I never told anyone how bad it was, or never told anyone the emotional toll all of these things were having on me, because I never wanted anyone to think that I was being dramatic, like feel bad for me, because that's not it. Because I'm like, I'm a strong girl, I can handle it. But that also caused me to be conditioned to thinking that it wasn't that big of a deal, and that everything that was happening wasn't a big deal and wasn't like that bad. And to this day, I'm like, I have to be like reminded from other people that yes, what happened in high school was scary and bad, because I'll be like, oh, it wasn't that big of a deal. And I also forgot a lot of it. Trauma response, and I'm figuring out new things, talking to my therapist about it. And every time I go, she's like, I tell her something new, and she's like, babe, that is bad. The last thing I want is someone to think that I'm being all like, my life is so hard, poor me, and it's like not that bad. But then I have to remind myself that it is. Anyway, but that would cause me to never stick up for myself. And I lived in such a small town and went to such small schools that like you kind of, when it's like you against everyone else, you kind of have to start just letting things roll off your back. You have to start like just being like, it's fine, it's great, because it was that, or have no friends, be tortured, be lonely and depressed and sad all the time. But inevitably, I just ended up being that anyway. I just ended up being sad, depressed, lonely, no friends anyway. I was invalidating my feelings left and right. I was invalidating everything I was feeling and everything that was happening to me and every emotion I was feeling, and every time something awful happened. And like, I can't even like, when I say something awful happened, it was like another one of those tiny little meticulous, teeny tiny torture things that like, to me, they were a huge deal, and to me, they affected me so much because there were so many of them. But to an outside perspective, it was like one tiny thing that was like, why are you having a mental breakdown over this, Tilly? But I was having mental breakdowns. I had panic attacks every single night when I was a freshman in high school. Every single night. My poor mother. But anyway, I was invalidating my feelings, invalidating what was happening to me left and right. And so now I'm the biggest advocate for sticking up for yourself and for saying something. Like, I will preach this till the day I die to anyone who will listen. I don't care how small you think it is. I don't care how insignificant you think it is. I don't care if the other person doesn't understand or other people don't understand. Stick up for yourself. If you feel as though you are being treated not fairly, if someone is doing something to you in any sort of situation, if it is affecting you in a negative way, stick up for yourself, say something. Like, it makes me like I could like stand on a podium and like yell this to the world. Stick up for yourself, because all you're doing when you're keeping the peace, letting it roll off your back, is you're invalidating your own feelings. If I could go back in time, I wouldn't be scared to say anything. I would not be scared, and I'm not like that anymore. Someone does something mean to me, I'm like, why'd you say that? Why'd you do that? I'm not afraid. In conclusion, from what I'm trying to say here is I want to give you advice, I want to help, but I'm scared to, but I'm overcoming that fear like a badass. Because I do have credibility, I do know what I'm talking about. I have been through hell and back multiple times. It might not be your typical hell and back, your typical high school bullying experience that you see on TV or that you read about in books, but I was bullied and I was treated like shit and I was tortured and I was manipulated and I was gaslighted and I was all the things by teeny tiny little teenagers who looked like rat-assed people, who looked like little trolls that lived under a hill. That looked like a little rat troll who lived under a bridge. Sorry. I'm sorry, but if you make a person feel the way that they made me feel, I don't care what your face looks like, you have an ugly personality, and that makes you an ugly person. That's not what I said. Anyway, basically, I'm just like, you know, she's been through it. I've been through it too. Trust me, girlies, I've been through it too. Honestly, the best revenge of it all is living well. Like, I always like would dream and wish something bad would happen, or they would finally get, like, karma would come and get them and all these things. And I slowly started to realize as I got older, is their karma, the revenge, the whatever, is the fact that they just have to live with themselves and they have to know they treated someone that way, they alienated someone, they made them someone so confused on why so many people hated her that she wanted to, you know what I mean? Without saying what I mean. I mean, really truly, they have to live for the rest of their lives saying they did that. And they'll never admit it out loud, I'm sure. They'll never say it out loud, but deep down they know. Deep down they know. And that's the best revenge, because I have a clear mind, I have a clear conscience, and I just sit in front of a camera and play with makeup, and you guys, and it's my career. That's awesome. Anyway, back to like hating yourself. I was made to think there was something so wrong with me from these people, because everything I did, everywhere I went, everyone was so mean to me. And for some reason, I was the person people didn't like. And I was like, there has to be something wrong with me in order to make these people hate me so much. And people always ask me like, oh, why'd you hate Oregon so much? And I was like, everyone hated me. And they're like, oh yeah. And I'm like, no, like everyone hated me. I had maybe like 3 or 4 people besides my family that I could be like, they like me. Like an entire town, guys. An entire town. No, I don't know. What? Oh, me light went out. I don't even know. I really don't even know how we got here on this tangent, but I am glad we came here because I've been wanting to explain my high school experience a little bit. I didn't know how to go about it, and I feel like there's still so much more I could talk about and so much more I could explain, but I don't feel like it. Instagram Reels is brutal. People really just feel like they could say anything they want on there. I've gotten so many comments on my eyebrows on my Instagram Reel, and I think it's so funny because to me, I just would never see something. It's mind-boggling to me because I would never see something on the internet and feel so inclined to express that I don't like it. I would think to myself, I don't like that. And then I would move on with my life. Never do I think, I need to comment that. I need to let them know I don't like it. When these people tell me, your brows look bad, I don't like how you do your eyebrows, I'm like, that's so cool. Thank you so much for letting me know. Now I know that you will never do your eyebrows like that because you don't like it so much. But I'm gonna continue to do it because I like it, and that's all I really care about. I'm getting ready to go to therapy, and I'm gonna go, and she's gonna be like, what do you want to talk about? And I'm like, oh no, like I already told my entire YouTube audience everything that I wanted to talk about. So don't even worry. Don't even worry. But I'm so glad we could chit chat. I'm so glad. Hopefully I made sense. So that's another thing is when I talk to people in real life, sometimes it takes me a few tries before they understand what I'm trying to say. But this, I don't have a few tries. This, I have 1 try, and I just hope you guys get what I'm saying and understand what I'm trying to communicate across a screen. At this point, I've run out of things to talk about, so I'm just kind of like rambling. Whew, I'm suddenly really sleepy. That took it out of me. I had this video idea. I just bought a Nintendo Switch, and I thought it would be fun to like make a video with it. Like play a game and like record myself and record the game. Is that like dumb? Fun fact, I actually started my YouTube channel in preparation. No. What? With the intention of being like a Minecraft YouTuber and like recording it and like recording when I play and everything. Oh. Hello? Should I like go back to my roots? What do you guys think? I'm using the Say lip liner in the shade Twist. Ooh. Ooh. Ah. Ugh. And then Hourglass came out with shimmery versions of their lip gloss like wand thingies, and so I thought I should use one. Oh, they're all kind of like not really pink. Or should we do this red one? Just kidding. I tricked ya. Get pranked. Okay, we're gonna use this shade. Oh my gosh, this is shade Wander Gorgina. Gorgeous. Okay, beautiful. Obsessed. I love these lip glosses. The formula is so good, and it's like a lipstick, but it like has the shine of like a lip gloss, and it feels like a lip gloss on the lips, but they are still very pigmented. Round of applause. Snaps for Hourglass. Okay, we did my makeup. Here it is. Ooh, no, and we'll look at this side. Okay, and there's my little get ready with me. There's my little chit chat get ready with me, where I just talked about myself the whole time again. I love you guys so much. You're just the best. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you have an amazing week. Oh, Light said bye. Let me know what other videos you want to see, because I'm having a really hard time thinking of videos to film. Anyway, I love you all so much. See you next week.